Welcome to the 5th episode of My 3 Thoughts. In this episode, I talk about Robert Greene's latest book, The Laws of Human Nature, and my 3 thoughts, which are not much has changed, this is for the reader, and complexity of human nature. So let's get into it. I'm your host, Alexander, the Great Reader, and this is a podcast where we read, study lessons, and build our inner power so the next level we will reach does not tolerate cowards. I've read books in the past by Robert Greene, not lately. It's been years. I really wasn't a reader before, like I said, and I remember trying reading 48 Laws of Power because Kanye and Jay-Z were always praising that book. And I was like, let me see it. And I remember looking into it, and I sort of liked it, and it kind of revealed a lot of the Machiavellian side of people, like how people obtain power. And I wasn't attracted in doing a lot of what it took to gain power. But I understood that, yeah, it makes sense. A lot of these things kind of have to be done if you want to obtain power. Another book I read by him was The Art of Seduction. I saw that one day, and I was, to be honest, looking to hook up with as much girls as I possibly can. And it was very useful at that, I tell you that much. And it was very Machiavellian, manipulating, understanding the psyche of a girl and what type of man you have to like transform yourself. So his books can be used for, let's say, bad intentions. That's how they're perceived, and that's how I always perceived them. But this one I didn't view that way. And it could be that maybe I'm maturing more, I'm reading more, expanding my more, and I just didn't view it that way. I viewed this as a very helpful book that's like a college course on human nature. So the first thought I got reading it was, not much has changed. Robert Greene talks a lot about figures throughout history like Stalin, Chanel, Martin Luther King, people that had a lot of influence that we still study, but they had this side to them that revealed their human nature, because we do a lot of hero worship. We worship these people or we demonize these people, but a lot of what was going on was just their human nature. And reading it, I've seen people around me that act like these people from history, had this side of human nature that these people used to have, even aspects in myself. So that's the thought I got. I was like, man, nothing much has changed when it comes to the nature of being a human. The second I thought is, this is for the reader. And what I mean by that is, you as the person reading this book, this is for you. Like, I read the book for me. It's easy to get into like, wow, this is like my wife. This is like my mother-in-law. This is like my cousin. This is like my friend. This is like my daughter. This is like my son. It's easy to do that because then you're just being judgmental and saying you need to read this book so you can stop pissing me off and messing up on, that it's easy to do that. The hard thing to do is take the book for yourself and learn how to navigate your daily life with people's human nature and your own, because you yourself are pissing people off, upsetting people, hurting people, not understanding people. So this book is very helpful to understand that, and it's already happening to me, and it's a frustrating feeling. Like in my accounting class, we're talking about ethics and all that, and all in my mind is like, but it's human nature. How are you gonna add this variable of human nature when human nature has a lot of self-interest? And how are you going to be ethical when you have your mortgage payments and other people are doing, so I'm using it for myself, all this book. The third thought is the complexity of human nature. Reading this book really brought that to light. It's not no revelation like, wow, who would have thought that human nature was so complex? But each rule of human nature, you see how complex it is and how someone can really devote their life into becoming an expert, a PhD in this one law of human nature, because it's that profound, it's that deep. So the book is just like a overview of most or the most common human nature that we see. And if you are interested, you can really delve into really becoming an expert on each of these human natures. So I love the book. I think it's great. It's very big. I listened to the audiobook. That's what helped me get to it quicker. If I was going to read it physically, I probably would have held off for a bit. And those are my 3 thoughts. Catch you on the next one. Please subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or any other podcasting platform so you don't miss my next episode where I give you my 3 thoughts on Seth Godin's book, This is Marketing.